Celebrity relationships are really just something, aren't they? They're like a car crash that we just can't take our eyes off of. And whatever drama and scandal they experience is amplified like tenfold because of all the attention they get. But they can also just be a good reminder that celebs are just human, and all the money and fame that they have cannot guarantee that they're gonna have good relationships. Hey, what's up, IOers? It's Mackenzie Smith here, and today I will be listing the top 10 celebrity relationships that got real messy. Starting off with number 10, we have Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston. So this is one I think that we all know, but I'll give you the quick rundown anyways. So the pair got married in 2000 and had a loving relationship. But in 2004, Aniston even spoke about her excitement to have kids with Pitt, and that she was excited that they were going to be spending way more time together, with her rapping Friends, and when he was going to be ending his new movie, which was Mr. and Mrs. Smith, co-starring Angelina Jolie. I think we all know where this is going. But not long after, Pitt and Jolie started working together on their film in 2005, rumors that the two were having an affair began to circulate. Then that same year, Brad and Jen divorced, and only a month later, Brad and Angelina were spotted vacationing together, which Jen later commented on, saying that she was just as shocked as the rest of the world. Ouch. Poor Jen, that really has gotta hurt. Next, at number 9, we have Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie. Thought I'd just make these back to back since, you know, basically one goes into the other now. So after a terrible and messy divorce from Aniston, with plenty of cheating rumors flying around, Brad and Angelina basically confirmed they were together only a month after the divorce, when pictures of them vacationing in Kenya were released. Then, only a year after Pitt's divorce from Aniston, people confirmed Jolie and Pitt were expecting. That same month, a judge granted a request to change Maddox and Zahar's last names to Jolie Pitt. They kept adopting children and growing their family to 6 kids, with 3 being the biological children of the pair and 3 being adopted. Then came their separation, that Jolie admitted to the media, during which it was debated if they were faithful. Then came the divorce, which was just as messy as the marriage. One of the messiest revelations was that Pitt may have even gotten physical with their eldest child, Maddox, while he was drunk. But the LA Department of Child and Family Services later cleared him of all charges. Then there was the fight about money, when Jolie claimed that Pitt hadn't paid any meaningful child support since they split. But then it came out that Pitt had paid over $1.3 million and even loaned her $8. So I don't know about that. Next up at number 8, we have Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes. So this is one that doesn't look all that messy if you just look at the actual facts of what happened. But if you look at the interesting, let's say, coincidences that took place, especially relating to Cruise, there's some weirdness with this one. In 2005, they very publicly started dating. The same year, Katie said she was converted to Scientology, as Tom was a devout Scientologist, if that's even a word. Then after the pair got married and had their child, Cruise's Scientology indoctrination went viral and made some people a little uneasy. And then a book came out that claims that Tom invited Scientology elders into a screen test to find his next wife. And Katie was apparently not Tom's first choice. In June 2012, Holmes' team made a statement to people about how she was divorcing Cruise, who he said wasn't expecting it at all. Then in the divorce, there were some weird clauses that kept Tom somewhat still dominant over Katie, like the clause made her not allowed to mention their marriage or date anyone publicly for 5 years after the split from Tom. The settlement also reportedly contained ironclad rulings that Suri would not be made a member of the controversial Church of Scientology, where Tom holds a high rank. And then something else that was interesting is the fact that when Tom split with all his other past wives, they were all 33. So he just likes to break out with people that they did at that age, I guess. Next at number 7, we have Kim K and Kris Humphries. This is another one that started fine but ended really badly. And the fact that practically the whole thing was televised on Kim's various reality shows made it even worse. So the pair started dating in 2010 and everything seemed to be going fine. Then they got engaged just 7 months after they started dating. And it was really shocking to her incredibly tight-knit family who had barely even met him before the engagement. And the family didn't even really seem to get along with Kris on the episodes of the show that he was on, making things even stranger. Then the pair got married on August 2011, in as beautiful as a ceremony as you could expect. But then, as I'm sure you all know, this relationship would go down as one of the shortest marriages of all time, with Kim filing for divorce only 72 days after marrying. Then after all the episodes were released and Kris claimed that the show made him look bad, and a lot of things that made people dislike him were actually staged, the two got into a heated legal battle that made the split even messier. Next in at number 6, we have Chris Brown and Rihanna. Well, Kris and Rihanna have known each other since 2005 as friends. They didn't admit to being in a relationship until around 2008. But in 2009, everything seemed to freeze after an argument between the couple escalated to Brown getting violent with Rihanna, leaving her with physical injuries. As I'm sure you all know, this was like the story heard around the world. In his documentary though, Kris spoke more about the night, giving his version of events. Brown said that the fight with Rihanna started when she became jealous that his ex showed up at a pre-Grammys party that they attended. Then she started to throw her phone at him while he was driving. And then she was kicking him and continued to hit him. So because of this, he snapped and then punched her. And once he realized what he did, he was totally in shock and immediately regretted the whole thing. But that caused the fight to continue to escalate. And he said she grabbed his genital region and that caused him to bite her arm while he was still trying to drive. So Brown was arrested and eventually pleaded guilty to assault and got 5 years of probation and was ordered to do 6 months of community service and attend domestic violence counseling. He continued in the doc, saying that the relationship was always violent between the two of them, but Rihanna has not commented on his claims, so we don't know how much of what he actually said in the doc is true. But since '09, the two singers have interacted and even shocked the world when they collabed on a few tracks in 2012. One called Nobody's Business and another the Birthday Cake remix. So maybe they're actually becoming low-key good with each other now? Who knows? Halfway through number 5, we have Ben Affleck and Jennifer Garner. So these two seem to have the perfect marriage, until it quickly started crumbling. The decision was made in 2015, but the divorce was not finalized till much later. They didn't reveal the reasons for the divorce, but in a 2017 interview, Jen shared that she was not happy with the state of her marriage, saying, quote, "I would not have chosen this life for myself or my kids. I would not choose to be single or in this position." However, this did not stop people from speculating as the reason for their split. One of the main ones that people claimed was that Ben's drinking was becoming too much for her to handle. But then others were claiming that he was actually having an affair with their household nanny, Christine Ozonian. Some rumors even claim that Christine asked some paparazzi to take snaps of her with Ben during a late night hookup amid the ex-couple's messy divorce drama. So yeah, pretty shady on her part. But then Jen came out and debunked that, saying that they had been separated for a month before he started dating the nanny. But very recently, Ben came out to discuss their divorce, saying that it was the biggest mistake of his life and that his drinking was in fact the main problem the couple had, and it's what led to the divorce. So next in at number 4, we have Big Sean and Naya Rivera. This is another one fraught with cheating allegations and plenty of exposing. So she stated in her memoir titled Sorry Not Sorry that in 2014, before her and Sean were gonna break off their engagement, she went over to his house to see what she described was a little girl sitting cross-legged on the couch listening to music. And then she didn't directly name the girl, but said that the name rhymed with Shmariana Shmonde. And I think we all know who that could be. She also said that she found out online through a PR statement that her wedding to Big Sean was off. He didn't even have the guts to tell her to her face, which is really shitty on his part. Then since Big Sean and Ariana started dating just months later, it seemed that the rumors of him being unfaithful were most likely true. Then sliding into number 3, we have Emma Roberts and Evan Peters. This on and off again couple initially got together in 2012, and everything looked to be going smoothly until 2013 when Emma was arrested on suspicion of domestic abuse after someone heard a dispute coming from their room and called the police. When authorities arrived, they allegedly discovered Evan with a bloody nose and a bite mark. Evan wasn't arrested though, as Emma had no marks on her body. Then after that, the pair stayed together and made it clear by posting pictures together, and Emma's team even released a PR statement saying it was an accident and the couple was working on moving past it. But then in 2015, they broke off their engagement after they said that the romance just fizzled out. But then 3 short months after calling off their engagement, they were spotted out together again. Then they broke up and got back together again, and then they ended another engagement, and she's now moved on with actor Garrett Hedlund. So maybe they'll get back together again, who knows, because these guys are just, I don't even know what's going on with them on and off again. It's like crazy. Then at number 2, we have Amber Heard and Johnny Depp. So this one's a doozy that we've actually been covering a lot on the channel recently, so watch our videos on the new updates with the couple if you have not already. So Depp and Heard met on the set of The Rum Diary, with Depp playing a journalist obsessed with Heard's character. Then after they got engaged, a text convo between them was leaked, which showed alleged proof of Depp's abusive behavior. The couple still married though in 2015, but then later in 2015 they got into some legal trouble when they brought their dog into Australia without waiting the 10-day incubation period. To avoid some serious jail time, the couple made a video apologizing. But that video was later mocked by pretty much everyone. Then in 2016, more abuse allegations came out against Depp, with Heard claiming that he shoved her into the floor at her birthday. Then after the abuse continued, Heard's friend Io Tillett Wright made a phone call that caused his arrest. But then Depp's daughter and both of his former wives came out to defend him, saying that there's no way that the claims are true and that they think that she might actually just be lying. And then, as you all know if you've been following the channel, reports came out that showed that all of the abuse from Depp might have just been a lie, and that Heard was actually the abusive one the whole time. And finally, at number 1, we have Tiger Woods and his wife Elin Nordegren. So Tiger Woods might have had one of the most iconic relationship scandals of all time, considering the fact that before the incident, he was relatively quiet about his relationship and had the legendary golfer image we all knew him for. But the huge scandal relating to infidelities against his former wife Elin all erupted in 2009. On November 25th, the National Enquirer published a story alleging Tiger Woods was having an affair with New York nightclub hostess Rachel Uchittil, and that the pair were recently together in Australia where Mr. Woods competed in the Australian Masters. Then after seeing this report on November 27th, Tiger Woods crashed his Cadillac Escalade into a fire hydrant and his neighbor's tree at 2:25 a.m. just meters away from his Florida mansion. And then his wife, Elin, used a golf club to smash one of the SUV's back windows. And after this, Tiger was hospitalized, and then he came out in defense of his wife, saying she was not trying to hurt him. But then just a few days later, on December 2nd, US Weekly magazine published a cover story saying that an LA cocktail waitress claims that she had a 31-month-long affair with Mr. Woods. And then after this, it caused a snowball effect with tons of other women starting to come out with proof that they had relations with Woods. In conclusion, Tiger confessed to cheating with as many as 120 women behind his wife's back during their 5-year marriage, which is absolutely insane. Like, I have no idea who even kept track of all those, to be honest. But sources say what put the nail in the coffin for Elin, though, was when she discovered Tiger had a one-night stand with the 21-year-old daughter of their neighbor. After this, the distraught mother of 2 decided to sign divorce papers. And we cannot blame her. Well, that is all for today. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, and I'll see you in the next one.